What's everyone talking about today? Hey. Yes, we are back and we're ready to play. So all I hear is that people have been demonetized all day. Now, when did I hear that? Oh yeah, I heard that about 4 months ago when I made that video. Now, don't worry, I didn't just come on here and make this video just so I could make that point. I didn't come on here to do that to you. Trust me, I wouldn't do that to you. But what I am coming on here to tell you is that this is true. They are going to crash the markets. They are going to do it. You could see it, the Bilderberg meeting, everything that was fully designed for them to plot, plan, manipulate, structure the decline. Just like before in the Great Depression. Remember, they need to have a mass decline to usher everyone in. And as long as you can hold out, as long as you can muster that strength, you will be on top, just as those before us who rode the wave, just as those before us who were in on the scam, and which is how they continue to be on the top, right? How else can they? Just think about, I already made this point, but they have that massive surveillance system. It's nothing to spy on those business meetings and everything. We all have our phones right here. I'm pretty sure that they have key code words set up for whatever trades, whatever manager. Oh, your favorite top-end managers. Remember, what did Hayden say? Interesting people spying on. You don't think that they're spying on all those interesting managers who know a lot of things that are going on? I'm just, we're just hitting the financial iceberg over here. We could go into like weapons development. You can go into technology, AI development, brain melding, matrix manipulations. Unbelievable amount of technological advancement that we can't even, like I said, all the stuff that I saw was way old from the 50s or whatever. Look at the stuff we're seeing right now. Who knows how far we really are advanced? Who knows how far we have reached the precipices of the galaxy? We have solar wardened our way into the future, and we are left behind while the breakaway civilization Elysium is preparing itself to move forward into the reality while they leave us here. Remember, it's as Pastor Anderson says, all those scared Christians out there just are brainwashed into believing that they're not going to go through the tribulations. They're not going to have to suffer already. Well, what's one of my main points of my channel? There's a whole lot of suffering before anything gets better. I'm just glad that Pastor Anderson backs that point up to you. Heard what he said. He's like, people suffer a lot before anything good happens. Isn't that just wonderful right there? I love that right there, hearing that. I need him to do a sermon, too, on, battling Satanists and how do you battle the way that they contort the way we view the Bible into their demonic version? How do you battle Satan? Think about that. Where the Satan battling are. I need a whole sermon or a comp or a playlist on battling Satanists. Yes, I'm way to Pastor Anderson, right? He's a genius. We're talking about unfathomed mind, ancient human thought process. Just like Laura Eisenhower, you have Pastor Anderson. Where are these people? Why are these people kept down? It's like he was saying, you're not a real Christian unless you're being persecuted. You're not a real Christian unless you're going out there like Jesus, who was being persecuted by everyone. So all those people out there who want to feel good in their fake environments out there, like Trump when he went to that church or whatever, do they preach Leviticus 20:13? Do they preach Leviticus 21 too? No, I don't think so. Did Trump send out an... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It just slipped on out because I was holding it with just 2 fingers instead of like my palm like usual. But anyway. Is Trump doing anything to stop the LB? Is he going to sign the Equality Act? Are we going to be ushered into more of the Mark of the Beast costume protection? That's all transhumanism and everything written all over it. You better believe the whole LBGTQ, what did they say? Whatever letters you're throwing on there now. Who remembers, what was it called back in high school? What was that gay club called back in high school? I can't remember it, but that was my first experience with the whole, like,
gay agenda in reality and in person. You know, it was all over DeviantArt and everything growing. You didn't really see it, but it wasn't until my junior year of high school did I see man, what is that gay club? GSA. There we go. Gay Straight Alliance Club. Does anyone remember GSA starting out in high school when you were growing up? That was my first experience with anyone who was like really considered gay or anything, or had those feelings. But you know, a lot of those kids, I'm going to be honest, they were brainwashed liberals. Their parents weren't really around or anything. I know that for a fact because, you know, I would walk around from group to group and just see what was going on with people. Because that's what real people do, you know? Like, why click up when you can enjoy the world? You can enjoy reality. You can do whatever. Notice how I don't give a crap about all these people being demonetized. Like I said, that was 4 months ago. And a lot of those people, they only care about themselves. So why should anyone else really care about them? Except for their fan base, I guess. You know, it's that whole same star mentality, if you really think about it. Just like, why are people shilling for Crowder when Owen Benjamin came out and blatantly said that he put someone in slavery and abused them? A fully grown man. No one has a problem with that, with another grown man abusing another grown man. Isn't that what it's called when they say in the military trainings, you know, SARC, when they say men have been raped by other men and they're afraid to go say because no one will believe them, and then all that other garbage, you know what I mean? I mean, there it is right there. We're just witnessing it out there. Full frontal effect, right? I mean, Sven Computer over there gets raped by Crowder pretty much. You know, metaphysically, he's raped by Crowder and no one cares. Crowder gets demonetized. You have Mark Levin. You have Ben Shapiro. You have all the Zionists swirling around Crowder. You know, even Alex Jones and InfoWars. Are you starting to see everything? Are you starting to see the barrier line of gatekeeping? Are you trying to see, like, how they're trying to say, like, we claim the right to reality because Trump is our Reagan? I mean, just think about how stupid that is. Just think about how stupid this reality is. Oh, yes, 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 you better believe China. The rest of these people. 2050. Let's go into 2050. We got 2050, so that's 2050. We have 2 plus 5. Oh, that equals 7. We have 7, the number of completion, the holy number. Is it the divine punishment, like how Rick was saying, how he's done with the reprieves and praying, and he thinks that it's it, and it's, oh, you better believe I said the same thing when I called in on the free speech marathon over there at the Thursday night at about 2 a.m. So if you want to go hear some heat and fire from the Lord speaking through one of his divine vessels, then you better go over there and open up those earlobes wide, because, you know, that's pretty much what's happening. The battle standard of God is falling on us, and you better believe our society. Let's look at the different societies real quick, because you know what I'm starting to notice? A lot of terrible things. I'm starting to notice that Russia's just starting to give in to China, and they're just starting to become like mutual, like, benefactor friends, because they both have strong civilizations, and they both have strong societies, and they both have, like, will and control over them, to where they don't need to bother one another. You know, they're civilians. They can always control who's going to end up in the government and everything, you know, and their civilians will never bother them. Let's look at the American society compared to that. They're already sabotaging our society. If you don't understand Chinese culture, Chinese mindset, just the sole fact as they view our society as an irresponsible child society, like that, you know, 2008 internet addiction as electronic heroin. They just view our society as a massive drugged out society on pharmaceuticals and electronics. Isn't that crazy? Right there, electronic heroin, pharmaceuticals. Our society is full on collapsing, so that, you know, they view us as the Sodom and Gomorrah. If you really understand the Chinese mindset, they have structure, they have discipline in their society. They view that as, you know, destabilization. That's poor behavior in their evolved minds of 4,000-year-old mindsets over here. So, you know, they view us as children, and they are the adults. And they're doing this on purpose so they can have the excuse and the reign to rule over us. But a lot of people don't really believe this. Why don't they believe this?
I'm not really sure why they don't believe this, when we can see right now that they have been spraying the skies and pre-terraforming the earth, and only recently, when it feels like, you know, the biblical prophecies are starting to turn out, did they really start ramping up the stratospheric aerosol injections to where, this whole summer has been really no sunlight whatsoever. It's pretty incredible. If we were to take the whole summer and add it up right now, how many days do you think of total sunlight with hours added compared to the dark cloudiness out there? It's truly incredible. You can tell that they're preparing for something, an arrival. So they admitted that, SAA, okay? 9/11, all the places they were going to admit that they were going to do on the 9/11 Commission report agenda and so all of that's coming true. No one did anything to stop that. All those people who believe they're right and they want to continue on doing what they're doing right now under the guise that they're right, nothing has changed. Everything's falling apart. Everything is getting worse. So what authority do those people have? Let's think about that. Number two, 9/11 and everything. So they couldn't stop that. Agenda 21, sustainability 2030, they're pretty much engineering the mark of the beast phase of the tribulations is coming, and no one's doing any, so people think that, that's not going to happen, even though they're doing nothing to stop that. Right, okay. So then by 2045, when they say that, we're going to become immortal and the gods, and I really do see the technology, the robots, that full-on autonomous androids at that point. We already have semi-androids now. I really see about 10 more years to where we have, kind of human-like androids, but it won't be until, like they're saying, 2045, 2040-ish area where we're going to see the actual human androids, just like in The Matrix, just like, AI with Robin Williams, just like all those other movies with the robots and the AI androids and everything, just like all the Alien movies. You can't even tell them apart. We are going to be there. You better believe we're going to be there. Just like how they said, the only thing you lack is devoting the resources. If you have the resources, you could attain anything on this planet. They all blatantly admit it. You could go read it in the red market. All those globalists in there, all their life-saving engineering formulas that they come from mutilating man's flesh and everything. Yes, they need all the resources. They need the experimentation. They need the cashola. So yeah, no one did anything to stop that. So let's move on to our end over here. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 7's the number of completion. 2050, China says that they're going to rule over the world. China's advancing fully on AI, autonomous death systems. China's full on advancing on AI systems. They're being funneled. It doesn't matter by who, Israel, Google, China. It just doesn't matter who's doing it. It just matters that they're funneling to this one person. Pretty much all these places on the planet are funneling to China because they know they have the will, they have the power to rule over the society, to enforce whatever laws that they buy their people to do. They will mark you. Like I said, they don't even need a police anymore. Just like Barney doesn't want to admit. If they do that social score, you don't need lawyers anymore. That social score is the peacekeeper in itself. People will be peacekeeped on their own because they don't want to lose the access on their social scores. So you better believe that when they say out there, don't trust anything, believe in Tory News, follow Fox News, we're beating the globalists, Trump is doing a good job while we're still being invaded, while he hangs out in the UK and nothing is done over here. I mean, it's really, he doesn't need to do any of that, believe it or not. Guess what? One problem in itself is that he doesn't make his own schedule. You can't be president. If you can't make your own schedule, you better believe no one would be making my own schedule. So where's that Trump 4D trust and all that other garbage people want to project? I'm quite serious now. There's not that much time left. Time's running out. What is it, 31 years? 31 years left. Just think about that. That's not that much time. All you who have children right now, they're all going to be prime, perfect age for the coming war, for the draft and everything, for the constant feeding of our civilization and society. If you didn't do your 8 years, who knows? They may even change that because they're feeding so much. It doesn't even care. If you're just a fully able-bodied person to serve, you're going to have to go in there and do it. Nobody's safe. You better believe. They've done it before. They've thought about doing it before. Just like when they ushered us into the other societies before with the cash. They've done all this before. They have their ways. They have their wills. They have their plans.